Grab it. Yeah, sure. Medium, we stand. Upon Yahweh, turn to face the east. Say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abanawi, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Atazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawak, Hayah, Bashamayim, Natanlanau, Lacham, Ko, Yawam, Basalachlanau, Chabawathnau, Kaslachnau, Chabawathinau, Wala'ah, Tabiyanau, Banasawam, Bo, Hawshanau, Mayan, Rad, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'al, Vatapara, Laulam, Aman.
In English, our
Our
Father,
Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Amen. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemai, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Wagolka, Al-Yanawam, Samar, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yaishan, Shawamah, Yashal, Yahweh, Shemar, Yahweh, Tazok, Al-Yad, Yamyank, Yawamam, Ashmash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wa'arach, Layala, Yahweh, Yashmar, Makorai, Yashmar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashmar, Taza'atka, Wabu'atka, Ma'aita, Why? How long?
In English, I will lift up mine eyes
to
the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out, and thy coming in. From this time forth, and even forevermore.
Prayer for the power in Hebrew. Yahaba Shem Yahushai. Babu Kishai. Natanlanau. Pekah. La'afa'ah. Call Makala. Walk slightly. We'll call Madawa. Pekah. Latahar. Hamatazari. Pekah. Lahakwin. Hamathi. Pekah. Arakawat. Hatamala. Lagarshan. Bashim Yahushai. Duaraman.
Power in English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Pray to bless Israel and evil. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanaw.
Barak Lanaw.
Waya Shala.
Waya Shala.
Wahabayah.
Wahabayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rafa'ah.
Rafa'ah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Magun.
At this time, we can say the name of Allah going once. Everyone repeats that name once. If you're following us on social media, type in the name of Allah in the group chat. We'll send the prayers up with you.
UPK Minnesota.
UPK Minnesota.
Desiree Davis.
Desiree Davis.
All UPK.
All UPK.
All Israel.
All of Israel.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The angels.
Angels.
The generals.
Generals.
The captains.
Captains.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
Troopers.
The students.
Students.
The sisters.
Sisters.
The children.
Children.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Sapara.
Support.
The Rawlins family.
Rawlins family.
The Daniel family.
Daniel family.
The Slaughter family.
Slaughter family.
The Willis family.
Willis family.
The Wagner family.
Wagner family.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
The Peterson family.
Peterson family.
And the Patterson family.
Patterson family. Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
UPK Minnesota.
UPK Minnesota.
UPK Chicago.
UPK Chicago.
UPK Milwaukee.
UPK Milwaukee.
UPK Reds.
UPK Reds.
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Jamin.
Jamin.
Rockapat.
Rockapat.
Annalie.
Annalie.
McIntosh family.
McIntosh family.
Raphael.
Raphael.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Duat Aman.
Duat Aman. In the English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us in Yahsha'Allah.
Bless us in Yahsha'Allah.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless He'll shield protect.
Bless He'll shield protect.
Loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Adam Yalakah.
Adam Yalakah.
Alta Karash.
Alta Karash.
Walta Squat.
Walta Shquat.
Kayahna.
Kayahana.
Wabika.
Wapika.
Yaham Yuvan.
Yaham Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Alamaka.
Alamaka.
Yahweh Yamu.
Yahweh Yumwa.
Sawad.
Sawad.
Wayata Yatazwa.
Wayatu Tazwa.
Altazwa Panika.
Alta Zapamuka.
Amaru.
Amaru.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Nakakidam.
Magawi.
Magawi.
Wala Yazakar.
Wala Ayasakar.
Samya Shal.
Shamya Sha'al.
Iwara.
Iwad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawatazwa.
Nayaw Tazwa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakharwa.
Yakad.
Slaki. Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Baya.
Barya.
Yakurat.
Yakarat.
Ahali.
Ahoy.
Arwam.
Adawam.
Waya Shemai Alayam.
Wayashma Alayum.
Mawab.
Mawa'ab.
Bulgari.
Wagari.
Kabo.
Gabal.
Wamwan.
Wamwa.
Wamla.
Wamalat.
Palashat.
Kalashat.
Namishabi.
Amishabi.
Tazawo.
Tazawu.
Gamashawo.
Ashu.
Alawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Aywa.
Haywa.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Labani Lawa.
Labani Lawa.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Aisha Laham.
Kamadi.
Kamadi.
Kasiya Sarah.
Kasiyasara.
Kiyabi.
Kiyabi.
Banakho.
Banakho.
Koyashwan.
Kiyashwan.
Nashamaru.
Ashwab.
Bayanda Arwa.
Bayanda Ar.
Haywa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
Ladam.
Latam.
Shatam.
Shatam.
Narayabmaw.
Narayamma.
Karab.
Kaira.
Wakizabba.
Kasaab.
Wakizabak.
Kasabak.
Wakidazalmanai.
Kadazol Manai.
Kawana Sakam.
Kwana Shakam.
Asar.
Show.
Amaru.
Amar.
Nairasha.
Nurisha.
Lanawa.
Nanawa.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahai.
Alahai.
Alahaya.
Alaya.
Shatam.
Shatam.
Kagadu.
Gog.
Kagwash.
Kwash.
Lapani Raka.
Panyuraka.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Sabari Yair.
Bari Ayr.
Wakalahab.
Lahal.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Haryam.
Haryam.
Kantar Dapma.
Kandar Dak.
Basarika.
Basarika.
Wabasa Wapatka.
Basu Pat.
Tablaham.
Talaham.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwalwan.
Palawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwash.
Shamka.
Shukka.
Yahaw.
Yahaw.
Yabashwa.
Bash.
Wayabahawa.
Wayabahaw.
Adi'ai.
Aja'a.
Wayakapar.
Wayakapaw.
Wayabarwa.
Wayabab.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayada'ai.
Kayata.
Kayata.
Shamka.
Shukka.
Yahaw.
Yahaw.
Labaka.
Bat.
Aliwan.
Aliwan.
Al.
Ah.
Call.
Call.
Aratazar.
Aratazar. In the English, keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still.
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said,
Come.
Come.
And let us take the. Let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
Yeah. Let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yahshua
That the name of Yahshua
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembered.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Moab.
Moab.
The Hagarenes.
The Garites.
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines, the habits of Tyre.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also joined with them.
So was also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Doing to them as unto the Midianites.
Going to them as unto the Midianites.
As the Sisera.
As the sister.
As the Jabin.
As Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook Kison.
Which Paris had endured.
Paris had endured.
They became as dung for the earth.
That became as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like a rib.
Make the nobles like a rib.
And like Zeed.
Like Zeed.
Yea.
Yea.
All the princes as a bot.
All the princes of Bach.
And as a moon.
And as the moon.
Who said.
Let's
say to ourselves.
Let's say to ourselves.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
The house of Yahweh in possession.
On my power.
On my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As a stubble before the wind.
As a stubble before the wind.
As a fire burneth the wood.
As a fire burneth the wood.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill the faces with shame.
Fill the faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they might seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou.
That men may know that thou.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the most high over all the earth.
Art the most high over all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
See, evil is a curse.
Evil is a curse.
Punishment, destruction.
Punishment,
To
destruction.
the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against
That
us.
speak against
Like
us.
prophets.
Like prophets.
Teachers.
Princes.
Princes. Priests.
Priests.
Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers.
In the school.
In the school.
See, evil is a curse.
And evil is a curse.
Punishment, destruction.
Punishment, and
To
destruction.
the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake
The
loose.
treasure of the rich of Israel.
The treasure of the rich of
That
Israel.
refuse to give to the
That
school.
refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Was their riches.
Into thy sanctuary.
Then to thy
See,
sanctuary.
evil is a curse.
It is a curse.
Punishment, destruction.
Punishment, and
To
destruction.
the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
The
And the
nations.
drug
Drug
court
dealers.
systems.
Court systems.
Prison
Prison
Planned
systems.
Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and
Roman
armies.
Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Cosmopolitans.
Cosmopolitans.
Gay movement.
Gay movement.
Lesbian.
Lesbian.
Spies.
Spies.
Works of witchcraft.
Works of witchcraft.
That's a space program.
That's a space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And airwaves.
Cable access.
Cable access channels.
And radio channels.
Radio channels.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people
Convict the spirit of any of thy people
that seek to stop us.
that seek to stop
And
us.
bring swift destruction.
And bring swift
To
destruction
all the heathen.
to all the heathen
that stand in the way.
that stand in the way.
Or try to stop
Try to
us.
stop
From
us.
broadcasting your word.
Broadcasting your words.
Throughout the planet
Throughout the
Earth.
planet Earth.
Let loose all the
Let
places.
loose all the places.
Cause them to go to and
Cause
fro.
them to go to and fro.
Through the earth and consume.
Through the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
And the murder.
and the murder.
Let Yahweh Shai.
Let Yahweh shot
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down to flying saucers.
Down to the flying
Punish
saucers.
all the heathen.
Punish all the
That
heathens
come up against
that
us.
come up against
As we
us
speak thy
as
word.
we speak thy word.
Cause to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That is the angels that
It is
have
the
done.
angels that have done.
Cause it to spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at that
In
coming.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh shot.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it. Shabia, you seated? Shabion, select.
All right. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Thom. To all the brothers, Shalom, Yahweh Shamar. Thabah Shem Shah to all the sisters, all right? All right, we are going to get into, as you see on the screen, Ezekiel chapter 22, verses 25 to 31, which is going to be the last 7 verses of this chapter. All right. And let me do some real quick here. And we are in the game. All right, Most High in Christ. All right. As always, we always got to advertise, Commander and Johanna, Black Watch every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. All right, so yeah, that's what we are going to do. We are going to get into that, and then we are going to translate into the English. You may begin.
Come. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 25. Quashar. Dabiaya. Dabiaya. Batwak. Batwaka. Ka'arya. Shawa'ah. Tarap. Napash. Aklah. Hassan. It's like it. Kassan. It's like it. Hassan. We are Korah. Yakwaka. Alamanawati. Harabah.
Good word.
Bafka.
Okay. All right.
Verse 26. Kahanya. Kamsor. Awarathia. Khalal. Kodashi. Bayan Kodash. Lachal. La'a. Kabagillah. Wabaria Hatama. Latahawa. La'a. Waria Yo. Waria. Shabbat Watia.
Ha'alamyo. Select. Damn, Salaki, I don't know why it's so weird right now.
Yeah.
In my head, like I got it.
Yeah. It's a tongue twister. You have to speak in different languages. Shit.
There we go.
All right, yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds incorrect.
Man. Ayang Yahom. Ayang Yahom. Wakla. Batukan. Verse 27. Sharia. Waruba. Kazabayim. Tarapia. Tarap. La Shapak Dama. La Ba. Napo. Pashwat. La Main. But that's I. But that's I. It's 28. Manabi Ayaha. Takha. Laham. The Paul. Khaziyam. Shawa. Shawa. Wakusomnium. Laham. Kazab. Amarium. Kahat. Amar. Adanya. Yahweh. Wayahu. La. Dabar. Verse 29. Ain. Haratazah. Ashqua. Ashak. Ashqua. Ashak. Wagazallah. Gazal. Wagazalawa. Gazal. Wainya. Bob Yawan. Hamna. وطاع God Eshakwa Eshkwa Bala Mashpat, verse 30. Wabukushaw. It's like Wabukushaw, Maham, Ayash. Zadar, Zadar. It's like a Gadar, Gadar. It's like Waimad, Babarataza, Lapanya. Batazar. It's like Bai, Arataza, Lavalatia, Shakta, Wala, Matazatia, verse 31. Washapak, Al Yaham, Zaimil, Basha, Abarathia, Kalayatyam, Darkan, Barasham, Natathia, Naama, Adanya, Yahweh. So like the end of verse 31.
That was good. See, that was a tongue twister, I see.
There was a couple of them.
Yeah, no, I would say that, I want to say the last couple of chapters, man, like some tongue twisters, like even Tarap, was doing a little stuttering and stammering on some of the chapters. So yeah, I mean, y'all both code in the Hebrew, what I mean, when it comes to the reading. And if he's messing up, you messing up a little bit, like, hey, I know, what I mean? Once again, to study the Hebrew it's not it's not super hard, but when we have lost so much of our culture, our tradition, our way of life,
Right.
and getting back to it, it can be difficult. You know what I mean? It could be a little difficult, it could be a little challenging, but it's nothing that we can't come up against and
Right.
conquer. That's one thing. So sooner or later you will get it. Like, for example, when I first came in, I didn't think I would know anything about Hebrew at all. I never knew that I would be even teaching the Hebrew class until I got the order. I'm like, out of all brothers, like, why me? You know what I mean? And they was like, because you know it. You know how to read it, you know how to understand it. But I'm like, I never taught it before. It was like now it's your time to teach it. So, but yeah, honestly, like learning a different language, man, like it's wonderful. Now also too, like the psychology about learning a new language, what's the word? Like you heard about what happens to your brain cells when you learn a different language. It's a word for it. It's like something happens to your brain when you are learning something new, as far as like a different language than what you have been born to learn or talk into. Like, for example, like we know how to speak English in America, but learning a different language that you're not really so familiar with, You know what I mean? It starts to, I want to say, generate new brain cells to learn something new. I believe is how they say it. But I mean, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I think the next one I want to study is Spanish. I took it in high school only for like a year, and after that, I stopped using it. I forget how to say good morning, good night, but I know how to say good morning, good night in Hebrew though. You feel me? Because I use it every day, so that way I don't forget. All right. Like, come on, how you say good morning in or good night in Hebrew? You know, remember? Tawab layal.
To walk.
Tawab, which is good. Layal is night.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then good morning is Tawab Bawa Kwar.
To walk. Walk.
Yeah, Bawa Kwar.
Walk.
So you know that's just a few examples. You know what I mean? And you can learn more about that during Lashwan Kodash class, which is every Friday,
Right.
language class. But the purpose of that is it takes time. It takes time to get back to what we have lost as far as our tradition, culture, identity. It's going to take some time. You are going to learn the more that you know. You know what I mean? The more that you know and understand, it's going to help you shed off that old person. It's going to help you help others shed off that old man, that old woman, those old ways. Because some people are so stuck in their ways, they think that this is what I was born to do. I was born to be a drug dealer. I was born to, rule all of New York City. I was born to, be on the pole. I was born to, be on drugs and, be in jail and prison and, scheme and rob and all this other stuff. That's not true. The Most High called you to be a prophet and a priest of Him, of the Lord. The Most High did call you to be a daughter of Zion, or a daughter of Israel. All right. So, and that's pretty much what we are going to get into. You got it. Anytime you want to read into the English, y'all.
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 25. There is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion, ravening the prey. They have devoured souls.
Wait, Sly, can you stop right there? Sly, can you, Babu, I wasn't here last week. Can you just give a quick recap of last week as far as what y'all went over?
So the main scriptures that were, so we had jumped into kind of a different, at verse 23, it jumps into a different
metaphor, example, scenario
type thing.
Yeah, okay.
Jumps into a different
place, event,
different thought. Maybe.
Okay.
Good way to put it. But prior to that, again, it was describing how we were sinning against the Most High. Some of the instruments taken up, some of the methodology taken up. And again, what's going to befall us, like Ezekiel, like he keeps on getting these visions about and prophesying to Israel, like if you do this, this is what's going to happen to you. And he's also being shown this is what Israel is doing, and these are the things that's going to happen to them if they don't stop. So now we're kind of jumping into a slightly different thought in verse 23 above. Pretty much from verse 23 to the end of this chapter. But for example, if I could just backtrack for a second.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
So
that's fine.
It was telling us how we were going to be pretty much destroyed, again, keeping these customs, keeping these ways. Starting at verse 18, Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. And then we looked up the definition last week of what the word dross was. That was like the filth. That was like, the leftover, like it was something unclean, it was something dirty. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. And like that dross of silver, like if you were to burn it, especially, any metal, if you were to burn any metal, if you were to melt it down, there's going to be like all the impurities that rise at the top of that molten substance, all those impurities.
Yeah.
So again, it's letting us like that's what it's comparing us to, all that, metals that are used for holy things, for functional things, for good things, for righteous things.
Right.
But in the midst of, our minds being molded, our customs being changed, us taking moral stances and different sides against the Most High, like, getting melted down and like recreated type shit. It's like, but just that separation between the usable metal, the good pure metal, the good pure substance, and then that dross on top, that slag and all those impurities that
Right.
rise to the top, that got to get scooped out and tossed away.
Right.
We don't use that stuff no more.
John.
It gets melted down, all the impurities get tossed away. So it's describing us as such. From that point in verse 22. So now in verse 23, or it's like, in verse 23 in chapter 22 starts off with kind of a new thought, just a new course of thoughts, I should say, for Ezekiel, what he's getting hit with next. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying. So again, he's getting another vision, he's getting another message.
I see. Okay.
Verse 24, son of man, say unto her, thou art the land that is not cleansed, nor rained upon in the day of indignation.
Right.
So this is where we had left off last week, and that's going to kind of ramp up into the vision and the message he's getting into this. So all of this is going to be kind of a new analogy, a new metaphor, kind of coming into play. So now verse 25. So I'll just recap on 24. Son of man, say unto her, thou art the land that is not cleansed, nor rained upon in the day of indignation. So now 25. There is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion. So in the midst of that land that is not cleansed, there's a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion,
right,
ravening the prey. They have devoured souls. They have taken the treasure and precious things. They have made her many widows in the midst thereof. So again, talking about like our destructive ways.
Right. Yeah.
And again, like what we had read in the past couple of chapters too, this is all happening in the sight of our enemies.
Right.
And one thing that we were bringing out last week too, damn, where was it? Like either the last week or the Sabbath before that, the Sabbath service before that, where again, this is being done in front of our enemies are watching us being destroyed.
Yeah, I think it's the other week. I think you're
right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They were watching us.
Yeah.
They are right there.
Yeah.
It's all of our shortcomings are all over YouTube.
Right.
All of our discrepancies are all over Facebook.
Right.
And social media and TikTok. They're making TikToks of us, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they got all of our shortcomings online,
right,
documented.
Right.
And not just for social media, but like in the records, in the archives.
Right.
They got everything documented. This is all happening in the face of our enemies.
Right.
And it's not just Esau. We're talking Moab. We're talking Ammon. We're talking Ishmael. We're talking Elam. We're talking all of these different nations that are confederate against it. We just read that in the prayers in was it 83, Psalms 83?
Right. That's right. Yeah.
They are confederate against thee.
Right.
They are watching us very closely. That's why they're so easily to make money off us, appropriating our culture.
That's right.
That's why you got Elamites rapping.
Yeah.
They don't do hip hop. East Indians, they don't do hip hop. Subway, they're not sitting there busting out a freestyle in the Subway.
Right.
And 7-Eleven, they don't care about that shit unless it makes some money.
It's like if I may, remember a while ago, I showed you that it was like a dark-skinned East Indian, right? And he was rapping. He was like, "I'm a black nigger." Remember
Nipsey
that?
Hussle?
Huh?
Nipsey Hussle?
No. He's Ethiopian. He's not.
All right, so I thought he was Elam.
No,
he's Ethiopian.
Yeah.
That's Kush for you.
Yeah, that's Kush. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, that's Kush. I'll show you a little bit later if hopefully I don't forget. But he had a song where he had a little catchy beat and stuff like that, and you hear the song, it's playing. He's saying a few things. He says some. You don't understand what he's saying until he says, I'm a black
Yeah,
nigger.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen that one with you.
Yeah, it's like
that
some I'm a black
kinda-
nigger. I'm like,
Yep.
whoa. I said,
Yep.
what? And the guy who's duetting the TikTok, he's like, I know you're effing lying. Now I know this is not real. And I'm just like, they mock us.
Yep.
They really mock us. But also too, there was something that you said because okay, yeah, our enemies definitely watch us fall, but they put things in place. You know what I mean? They put things in place for us to fall, and they step back and just watch all the destruction happen.
Right.
Now, this is how we get our enemies back. When we decide to really serve the Lord and separate our spirit out of this place called America,
Right.
I ain't saying you got to go back to Israel because you shouldn't. Because if you try to go back to your own homeland, just know it's not your homeland.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You will be oppressed there by our enemies that live and invaded our land. Now, what we can do is serve the Most High.
That's right.
Right.
And that is to fully, you know, how can I say it? You want to serve the Most High with all your mind, heart, soul, body, everything. You want to give the Most High 100% you. All right. You want to be in complete obedience. You want to be diligent. You want to be disciplined. All the things that the Lord gives us as a people, that's what you want to take. Everything that he says, even if it don't make sense, do it. If the Lord told you to spin on your goddamn head, spin on your goddamn head.
Right.
Follow the goddamn orders.
Right.
All right? Because you selling those drugs is going to lead you to death or imprisonment, which is still hell. Either way. But this is how you get back at your enemies. Serve the Most High and watch how the Most High ride, like he builds you up in righteousness. He shows his power through you.
Right.
And you will be untouchable to your enemies. You know what I mean? Your enemies can't see you as a target. All right? So like the sister said, so like the crate challenge. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Yeah, stupid, man.
That was really stupid. Like niggas in the hood just grab crates and they just start, you know, doing a crate challenge, like in the middle of the hood, and it just goes viral. Meanwhile, in the UPK, so like meanwhile in the UPK, we use crates for our podiums to speak the truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you don't see nobody in UPK doing a crate challenge. Now it's stupid, it's funny, but it's just niggas is dying out here.
Right.
And we worry about crate challenges and that mannequin challenge, all these stupid things that have been trending. I've seen a lot of trends, especially on TikTok, that is beyond me. I think the worst one was where you light yourself on fire and you have somebody take the fire out on your body. It's very stupid. Another one was a hot water challenge. You get boiling hot water, you throw it in the air, you let it touch you and try to run through it. People have been hospitalized or end up dead, children. And it's so bad, even the heathens start following it. Do you know how much power we have as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians? If we set the trend that it's a great, glorious thing to serve the Most High, even they would try to do it.
Right.
Have you not heard of the Jewish? The Jewish try to take your culture and make it to their own, and still they don't get the spirit of the Most High because the Most High don't deal with them. Meanwhile, he deals with us. We are the chosen people, but we are looking like our enemies. Our enemies should glorify and bow down to us, not the other way around. You want to say something real quick?
Yeah, so in the Old Testament, when he started acting like the children of Israel, the Most High killed them all.
I mean, that's many occasions. You just have to show me. The Most High didn't kill a lot of us.
No, I'm talking about other nations. He tried to act like us in the scripture. I don't know where it's at, and the Most High killed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a great story too. What book was that?
All right. So back in Samuel's the Chronicles. I think it was when those it was not the Sumerians but when there was a heathen nation living in our land, getting murked by all the lions and the bears and all that, and then they brought in the priests to try to teach them how to live properly in the land.
I mean, yeah, damn, I haven't heard that in a long time. Yeah, good night. You know what?
That's what you was talking about, right?
Yeah, I think
Come
that
on.
is right.
Come on, that's what you was talking about, right?
Oh, Slovakia, my mind went off.
No, no,
I
no,
know
no,
sweat.
no,
So
no,
like when they had the heathens living in our land and they were getting killed by like lions and bears and all that, and then they brought in the priests of Israel to teach them how to live properly on the land.
No, I don't remember clear. All I remember is that you started trying to act like the children had their clothes and the fringes and the Most High God is killed them all. I don't know whether that's in the Old Testament.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Because in the other time, it was us trying to be like them. So yeah, I think that's the story that you're talking about. But that is a good point. But long story short, we do set the trend.
Right.
But it should be the right trend. It shouldn't be um, we can dance all day and really all gay because all these dances right now are just gay as hell. And you know it's crazy. All the dances that these men or these young boys are doing, yeah, young boys and men are doing right now is for females. You know what I mean? These dances fit females.
Right.
You feel me? Not men. Like in the UPK, these brothers can dance. You know what I mean? I seen you dancing one time too. You feel me? Like, you know, he said one time. Nah, I caught you a few times dancing. You know what I mean? If you got to play the food, some banging, busting food, this man would dance. You feel me? It's funny. I laugh every time.
Oh.
But I think we all dance when we, you got your food coming out the oven. You got a nice little plate of your favorite food.
Oh yeah, no, that yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? Like yeah, you get the dancing. You know what I mean? I think that's an Israelite thing. You feel me? But you know what I mean? But as far as people in the world, they just look just homosexual, just very gay. I mean, I've only seen a few men that can act who are professional people who actually can masculinely like just have masculinity in their dancing. Otherwise, everybody else just good night. You know what I mean? Moving like a woman, talking like a woman. You know what I mean? Or also too these heathens. Good night. Incorporating the heathen cultures and like in the Bible, it talks about how we were musically talented.
Right.
You know what I mean? How Benjamites used to go out and party. You know what I mean? Hey, Benjamites know how to get down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that. Benjamites know how to dance. They know how to have a good time. Judites too. You know what I mean? But of course, the influence of all these heathens and stuff like that is just gonna have you looking crazy
Right.
out here. So be wise and be careful. You know what I mean? Because that little move you're doing might have a little demon on you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But anyway, you want to say something about anything, Salaki?
It's lucky, no.
Okay, you lost your point?
Yeah, it was a little
My
while
bad,
ago.
my bad.
It's okay.
Okay, now you got it.
Verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
Her priests have violated my law and have profaned mine holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and the profane. It's like between the holy and profane. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean.
Mm-hmm.
And have hid.
No, you got it. Sorry.
And have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths,
Mm-hmm.
and I am profaned among them.
Wait a minute. Which verse is that?
26.
26. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now when it says her priest, who is the her in this conversation?
Israel.
Israel, yeah. You know what I mean? Because you know the scripture how it says that we are the bride to the Most High. You know what I mean? It's using that metaphor to say that we belong to the Most High. Now the her, because you may see her as far as like Babylon, other captivities, but the her is talking about Israel in this sense. So her priests have violated my law. How do you violate a law? Just think about America right now. How do you violate a law?
Break the commandments?
No, just like I'll just give it to you simple.
Rob, stick up somebody.
Say it again.
Or rob or stick up somebody, sell drugs.
What if you break the terms of your probation? What is that called?
Breaking the law?
No. Probation. Probation in America, right? When you go against your probation, they call it what probation? It's called violation of probation. You know what I mean? Violation, it means something that you did that you was not supposed to do concerning, the terms and agreements of so on and so forth. So if you violate your probation, you have broken it. You know what I mean? You have made it, what's the word? Profane?
Profane.
Profane. You know what I mean? You have made it profane, meaning, you have did something abominable. All right? Hence on the word abominations. Okay? Now, what does the law say about homosexuality?
It's illegal in this country.
No. What does the Bible say about homosexuality, the law?
It's abomination to the Lord. It's unlawful.
Right. It's unlawful. Now, how do you violate that law of homosexuality?
By being a homosexual, doing homosexual stuff.
And that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. You violate it by just not giving an F,
right,
and you decide to partake in it. You become a part of the LGBT, ABCZ, I don't know, community, right? You know what I mean? You become a part of that, and you have, violated the law. And the Most High did say in Romans, the first chapter, verses 26 through 28, that he will give you up to vile affections.
right.
Now, what is the consequence of being a homosexual?
AIDS.
Keep going.
Monkeypox.
Okay, keep going. Keep going. What's that one that they called the gay disease back in the 80s?
Back in the 80s.
Yeah. You said the first one you said AIDS, right?
Yeah.
But AIDS and what else? Like what else match AIDS?
HIV.
HIV. You know what I mean? And that's called a blood disease, by the way.
Right.
And in the Bible, when it talks about homosexuality, right? It says that you will have a blood disease. You know what I mean? HIV is through the blood.
Con.
You know what I mean? Some people were so affected with HIV, if they had an open sore and you touched them, you contracted HIV.
Con.
Now, as you know, monkeypox is the new gay disease.
Yeah.
If you touch somebody or you're around somebody who has monkeypox, you can have it as well. So be careful. You know what I mean? Monkeypox is the new COVID plague. It's damn near airborne. So be careful. Go ahead.
That disease is really ugly. God knows, completely rotted off.
I seen that. Oh my! Did you see that? Oh my goodness! It was this guy.
Either way.
Yeah. It was this devil, and he had monkeypox. It was so bad that his nose was rotting. It was just stripping off. It was like fungus,
right,
like mold looking.
Right.
And I said, "Good night." It was terrible. It was like mold or I don't know, mold and fungus. Like it was just like, good night. Anyway, moving on.
Right.
But you get the point. You get the point. That's violating, the Lord's law, right? And have profaned my holy things. And there we go, the word profane. You know what I mean? The holy things. The things that are holy, we had decided to put our own spin on it. You know what I mean? We decided to not do what the Lord told us to do. Like how can I say it? Imagine you having a feast. The next feast is what? Next feast is probably the Feast of Dedication, because Memorial blowing the trumpets is not a feast. It's
We're gonna eat though.
Memorial. Yeah. So imagine you bringing pork chops, ham, chitlins, just all the unlawful things to one of the Lord's feasts. That's profaning his holy things. You know what I mean? You rocking the shield, but you not rocking it in honor of, the history with King David. You know what I mean? Our history with this signature,
right,
this stamp. You're rocking it because you want to be a gangster disciple. Like, good night. Like, I have people ask me all the time. I see all those stars on you, on your shirt and on your clothes, because I rock UPK wherever
right,
I go,
right,
even at work.
right.
You know what I mean? Now I don't wear the headpiece in my fringes necessarily, but I wear the shirts because all I got is UK clothes.
That's right.
But anyway, I have people ask you all the time, like, are you in a gang? Hell no. You know what I mean? I have to correct them and tell them what it really is. Go ahead.
That's it, cause you believe on that homosexuality shit too, the GD.
GDs, kind, yeah, kind.
That's their whole.
Yeah. All the gangs, all the sororities, fraternities, all of it, all of it. You know, what I mean? All of that they have ties to, the LGBT whoever community. But anyway, let's keep going on that.
Verse 27. Her princes in the midst thereof are like wolves, ravening the prey, to shed blood, and to destroy souls, to get dishonest gain.
And it's that scripture is very important because this was mentioned previously in this chapter, as far as how there will be people in Israel who tell lies to get gain. Who is that today? Go ahead.
Our leaders and stuff, El Shab and all them characters and those false priests and false prophets.
Right. And we know that they false because how does the Lord deal with them? By death, by punishment. You had Creflo Dollar, who said, burn, anything that I said before, burn it all. Burn all the tapes, burn all the video footage, and things of that sort, because they have been exposed to a point where people are finally realizing. And then you got a pastor in Kansas City. I'm sure everybody saw this on Facebook. That pastor in Kansas City, it's a video of him, preaching about how, y'all broke, y'all can't give me enough to go get my what is it? It was like a car, a jet, something. Y'all didn't see that video? A man in Kansas City, pastor going off on a congregation.
I saw, who was it? The butterball looking nigga. Was that Creflo Dollar? Might have been TDJ. So he was talking to somebody like how he needed a jet.
Right. Yeah. It was him. A $6.4 million jet.
Right.
Yeah. I'm finna show y'all this video. I'm gonna play it on here because this is the issue. All right. I'm gonna play this video because I think this is the one. Maybe. Who? Let me see. You want to say something, Warrior?
No, sorry.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I got it. This is it. So y'all gonna have to, bear with me on this one right here, right? Let me show y'all this video and show you how your pastors, how your politicians, all these people that say that they love you and care for you, this is how they think about you. Give me 1 second here. Let me show y'all this. Show you how disgusting this is.
Oh, you still poor, broke, busted, and disgusted because of how you've been honoring me. I'm not worth your McDonald's money. I'm not worth your Red Lobster money.
Good night.
I ain't worth your St. John Day. Y'all can't afford it no how. I ain't worth y'all Louis Vuitton. I ain't worth your Prada. I'm not worth your Gucci. Mother, I'm saying this, and I promise you, Deacon, it's not with respect to one. I'm saying it because I want you to understand just what God is saying. Even found out that Movado, you can buy a Movado watch in Sam's. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And y'all know I asked for one last year. Here it is the whole way in August. I still ain't got it. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Let me kick down the door and talk to my cheap sons and daughters.
Good night.
Movado watch. A watch.
I hope everybody heard that. All right. Let me see something. Yeah, I hope everybody heard that. Yeah, like good night. A watch. And those watches are very, very expensive. You know what I mean? I think those watches go between 80K and up. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like this pastor is so upset and mad to the point where he's calling his congregation broke and poor. And then you got these silly ass women who's like, yes, yes,
Right.
yes, pastor. Tell him. And then